Hi there, it's Mark Carlson here. So if you like this channel, please do subscribe. If you like the video, hit the like button, and if you'd like to be notified every week when we send the videos out, hit the little bell. So this week's video, are you creating reality or are you being completely danced by a bigger force? Come on in. So are we creating reality? Or is there a bigger force that's just dancing us? Now I asked that question because once I heard a video from an enlightened master in Mumbai called Ramesh Balkasar, and he said that your thoughts exist before you think them, therefore you're being danced completely. Now I'll go on to that a little bit later, but first, up until that moment in the personal development arena, taking responsibility for your existence is the way forward, because when I own everything, so if I own my creation, that means that everything that's happening in my life is because of me somewhere within me, either at the conscious level, which is the small part of me, or the unconscious level, which is the really big part of me, then all of that creation that I'm experiencing is because of me, is my creation. So if I'm responsible for that, it means that I have power. I can drive my life any way I want. If I take full responsibility for the fact that it's this way because of me, whether I'm conscious of that or not. So because of that, I've always believed that I am actually creating reality. And I like it because it has me thinking that, well, I can move toward my goals. I can make the things that are not working so well better. And I can actually make life more balanced, and I've got something to do with that. So my ego, especially my personality type, does like to think that I am the creator of my reality. But then this message from Ramesh Balkasar that actually the thoughts exist before you think them, and therefore something bigger than me is, or something bigger than us is actually dancing us. It just has us believing that we are making the decisions that we make. So what's good about that? If that were true, well, the big thing that's good about that is that that means that I never have to worry about anything, that everything's exactly as it's supposed to be, nothing's out of place, I'm not off track, it's exactly this way. And of course, if I get to a place where I'm in acceptance of everything, then I move into a balanced place, right? Because my mind is continuously telling me that you should be this, you should have this, it should look like this, you should be successful there, you need to be this. It's continuously telling me that I should be before life's going to get better. But actually, if we look at reality, if I look at my reality right now, it couldn't be anything other than what it is. I couldn't not be sitting here talking to the camera, because I am sitting here talking to the camera. And every single area of my life, including everything and everyone, couldn't be in a different way than it actually is. Not in this moment, because that's the way it is. So if I fight it, that's the small part of me fighting the big part of me, meaning the unconscious part of me. Now, the unconscious part of me is connected to everything everywhere, as your unconscious is, which some people call God. They are the one energy, right? So that's the big part that Ramesh Balkasar is talking about. That big part is dancing the little part. So isn't that wonderful if you think, well, I can't go wrong because there's something bigger than me that's actually make things happen. The only reason I stress about anything is because I'm saying it should be something other than what it is, when in actual fact, it can't be anything other than what it is until it is. That's not to say it can't change, but right now it's this way. So the more I can move into acceptance, the better. So that's how to look at it, as if something bigger than me is dancing me. The other thing to realize is that if that's the case, if there's a bigger force that's actually dancing me, that means that every meeting I ever have with anybody, every single meeting, every single event I'm supposed to be in, and it's a miracle. Because something bigger than me, of all the things it could be putting me into, it's putting me in front of this person, or in this situation. Now the mind, because it's programmed to want life a particular way, doesn't like being with this person or this situation. It likes being with this person and that situation. And so when I'm with the situations that I don't particularly like, then I oppose reality, right? Have you ever been in a situation with a person you didn't want to be with? Or in a situation you didn't want to be in? And yet therefore, and yet there you are in that situation. So if you can realize, gosh, I'm in this situation, I'm with this person, and it's a miracle. And why am I here? I could have been with any person on the planet right now, but I'm with this person. Or I could have been in any situation on the planet right now, but I'm in this situation. So how is that helping me? Let's just get into it and discover it, right? So that's how we're being danced. And what I actually think, because enlightenment is bringing the unconscious material conscious, right? So the personal development journey, the spiritual development journey is bringing unconscious material conscious. Remember, I've said this to you before, Carl Jung said, a dinghy on the ocean, the dinghy is the conscious part of you, the ocean, the unconscious. The unconscious is monumentally massive. And the conscious part thinks it's running the show. The little dinghy on top of the ocean thinks it's in charge when it's got this massive energy underneath it, right? So becoming enlightened or enlightening yourself, bringing more awareness to your life, is bringing the unconscious material conscious. And as you do that, it becomes more apparent to create from the conscious part rather than the unconscious. And I think that's how we harmonize both. So I said to one of my teachers a long time ago, his name's Brew Joy, an American, unfortunately he's passed now, a wonderful teacher, and I said, am I creating reality or am I being danced? And he said, yes and yes. And I thought at the time, well, maybe he just doesn't know the answer. That's why he's saying yes and yes. But maybe there was a depth to his answer. And I think that if we merge, the more conscious you can become of yourself, then the more unconscious material you bring conscious, then you're then starting to create reality consciously and yet able to surrender to the bigger part of yourself and let yourself be danced and merge those two areas so that yes, you can create, so that yes, you do have something from the conscious level to do with what's happening. You have more to do from the conscious level with what's happening, but also you're able to say, well, it's like this. At the times when you don't know and you can't understand, you say, it's supposed to be like this because this is the way it is. And then you allow the unconscious to unfold so you can discover yourself. So we get to a yes and a yes. Are we dancing it? Are we being danced? Yes. And are we creating reality? Yes. I think that's the way to be, and that's when we're in the flow. Have an absolutely fantastic day when you watch this, and I look forward to talking to you again next time. Thank you so much.